All right, we will begin the meeting. Are there any changes to the agenda?
There are no changes to the agenda.
No changes to the agenda. Do we have a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Gotta turn
So
your
moved.
Turn your microphone on. All right, we have a motion and a second.
Yes, sir.
Any further discussion? Any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Do we know what that noise is? Either way.
No, it's coming from that room back then.
I thought Joe was playing with his pen again.
No.
It could be a cricket.
A cricket, okay.
We've had some crickets.
All right.
It's Kaylee's
right.
problem.
All right, the consent agenda. Do we have a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Any further discussion?
It's thinking. I just wanted to comment on the grants and getting the grants. I just think it's great that our staff is really working to find opportunities where we can get some money and some dollars towards Fargo Parks things, especially projects that we need to be doing to improve our district the way it is. And I just think it's again, ambition. I like it. So thank you.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Any further discussion? Jeff, please pull the board.
Commissioner Rosted,
Yes.
Commissioner Deutsch,
Aye.
Commissioner Absey,
Aye.
Commissioner Dawson,
Aye.
Commissioner Hill.
Aye, motion carries. Under the regular agenda, recognition of audience public comments. I know we have at least two people here who would like to speak to the board. So I'm just going to read a statement here, and then we'll have each of you come up one at a time. So we ask that each speaker who has signed up to address the board come up to the microphone right here, state your name and address for the record. We ask that you refrain from using this forum to criticize or complain about a specific employee by name. We are interested in your comments and will listen carefully, but we are not obligated to respond or debate issues in this forum. Should you desire a written response to a specific question, you may request it. Each speaker will be allotted 3 minutes, and I will time you. As a point of order, if any speaker wishes to talk later in the agenda, comments are limited only to the agenda item at hand, and speakers must first be recognized by the president before coming to the microphone. Otherwise, the speaker may be ruled out of order, and additional measures may be taken up to or including removal from the meeting. The president does not have to engage in dialogue with the additional speakers. We ask that you respect this request and act accordingly. So with that, whoever would like to go first, please step up to the microphone and state your name.
Just you guys.
It looks like it's just you two.
I guess Jenny wants me to go first.
You can stand together if you feel more united. Okay.
Thanks for having me again. It's been a while since I've spoke to the board, so I appreciate the opportunity. I'm here to ask for help. Help the North Dakota Skateboarding Association bring more attention to skateboarding in our community. Help us expand the Hawks Nest Skate Park and make it a public space for all. Through Giving Hearts Day and other grant opportunities, we have raised nearly $70,000 towards this expansion with a goal of $100,000. And we hope to exceed that during the next Giving Hearts Day. We've been very fortunate to have the support of our park district, community government, and the community in general at large on this mission. But talking about ideas only gets us so far. It's time to start taking some action. We've been speaking with you guys for 3 years now, and I want to get the ball going, so to speak, or the skateboard rolling, if that's a better analogy for you. It's time for us to start forming partnerships, and we need this to expand our programming, and I think the park district needs us to expand their programming. I think it's a beneficial partnership for all. I'm not here to ask for anything that I wouldn't do myself, but you guys have a larger platform, and that's kind of where we're hitting a wall. I'm asking you to help us move forward with our mission. And our mission is to generate opportunities that increase skateboarding participation amongst youth, help the community better understand the physical, mental, and social benefits of our sport. With that, I would like help creating programs for youth. We're working on our first youth camp. That'll be September 21st. If we could get a partnership going with you guys, we would reach thousands more kids that could potentially benefit from these skate lessons and camps. Moorhead has a program in place. I'd like to do that and go beyond that. I want to help bring back professional demos and contests so we can inspire youth around here, show them what skateboarding can be. You know, it wasn't that long ago that Tony Hawk visited our community and did an awesome demo. We had the Zero team here. We've had a lot of things happen, and we should bring that back. We should continue pushing. That not only can, you know, we also want to build a new outdoor space. And Jenny's going to speak a little bit more about Dyke West and the state of Dyke West, but Dyke West is in disrepair and it is antiquated. And there's a lot of other problems with that space, and we're dealing with a lot of problems in downtown Fargo in general, so I'm not going to get into that too deep, but we need to build a new park, and it can provide a space for not only skateboarders, but BMX riders.
That's 3 minutes.
Is that 3
Tom.
minutes? Holy
Yep.
smokes.
Yep.
Sorry, guys. Well, if you want to chat later, I'm around, you know?
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you.
Jenny?
Thanks, Tom.
Hi. Hello. Thank you all. I'm Jenny Sheets. I'm at 1131 24th Avenue South in Moorhead. Don't hold it against me. I do love Moorhead and Fargo and West Fargo. Great community. I'm on the board of the North Dakota Skateboarding Association. I grew up in Fargo, went to Fargo South, and graduated from MSUM. While I loved this town, I didn't play sports. I wasn't a member of a church. I didn't have a huge family. So like a lot of people, I left. I was gone for almost 17 years until I had a baby during the pandemic and moved home to be closer to family. Fargo Moorhead has grown so much, and there are so many amazing parts of town. But the same question came back to me as an adult that I had as a kid. Where do I belong? Through work, I met some skateboarders, and someone encouraged me to get on a board. As a joke to myself, thinking, why the heck not, I gave it a try. I started going to the skateboard meetups. I met the NDSA and quickly felt welcomed into the skateboarding community, a group of people from ages 5 to 75. And that's true. My friend's dad just started skateboarding for the first time at 73. And I know there are 75-year-olds. I'm 39 years old. I'm a mom. I'm a working professional, and I hang out at the skate park every single week. Trust me, I'm as surprised as you all are. But I have found this community to be open and inclusive of everyone, and the sport to be an incredible confidence booster during a time in my life when I struggled to find my identity and place. We're here tonight to bring attention to the lack of attention given to the entire skateboarding community in Fargo, particularly the main skate park at Dyke West downtown. It is in disrepair, and it's a huge safety hazard. There are no working bathrooms, and sometimes not even a functioning and sanitary porta potty. Kids are having to cross the busy street and walk over to the YMCA to use the bathroom. This city park that serves hundreds of people every single week, and oftentimes hundreds of people in a single day, looks like an abandoned lot. This is embarrassing and unacceptable. If the city respects and takes pride in a space, people will give that respect and pride back. And right now, we aren't seeing it. Short term, this may look like repairs to Dyke West. Long term, a new park we're in desperate need of one. My ask to all of you, a specific ask, is to join the NDSA for an evening at the skate park so you can meet the individuals who are using your parks. You'll find parents, business owners, students, kids, grandparents, homeschoolers, artists, and athletes all joined together in a single space. I would love as many of you as possible to please join us and come walk this space with us. Just watch, listen, and ask questions. We'd love for you to skateboard, but we won't make you. I will follow up with a date that works. A city skate park is an exciting place to spectate and be inspired, and making an investment in the sport will be a huge boon for the community and the economy. Thank you.
Thanks, Jenny.
All right, thank you, Jenny. And we, maybe good timing too. We're embarking on a park system master plan, so I would kind of ask and encourage our staff to include the folks at the NDSA and you two kind of in that process as we're moving forward. So thank you.
But I also just want to you said you were going to try to throw out a date or whatever and invite people down there. So share that with the Park District, I'd love to come down and check it out. So, yeah, thank you.
Okay, any other members of the audience who would like to speak at this time? All right, seeing none and hearing none, we'll move on to item number 2, the director's report. Susan.
I have no items tonight for the director's report.
All right, thank you, Susan. Moving on to item number 3, we have the resolution adopting the City of Fargo ordinance enacting Article 10-14 of Chapter 10 of the Fargo Municipal Code relating to camping on public property. Susan.
Thank you, commissioners. So tonight on the agenda, staff is asking the board to approve the resolution that would adopt the City of Fargo ordinance relating to camping on public property. Park District staff have been working really closely with the City of Fargo and their team on the ordinance and resolution prohibiting camping on public property and right-of-ways within the City of Fargo. The City of Fargo team has really taken the lead on this and to address this community initiative. So I have asked Assistant City Administrator Brenda Derrig and Chandler Esslinger from Fargo Cast Public Health to be here tonight just to provide an update to each of you on kind of where the city is with the ordinance and the resolution.
Good evening. I'm Brenda Derrig. I'm the Assistant City Administrator with the City of Fargo. And so we just kind of wanted to update you on what we have been doing at the City Commission. So a week ago yesterday, the City Commission did pass the no camping ordinance. And then they also did pass the resolution. A few changes or updates we had made prior to last Monday's meeting was we added a whereas regarding Housing First implementation, also a whereas for reporting back to the City Commission on how things are proceeding. We also added in the addition of a public building under critical infrastructure, the addition of sidewalks to be included along with bike trails, and then also the addition of parks. And so we did 100 feet within a park is also an enforcement area. And then we also added in setbacks from the riverbank to make sure that we are keeping that safe distance from the edge of the riverbank. So those are a few updates over the last month that we had seen from the original resolution. And so that resolution did pass a week ago last Monday, and then the first publication of the ordinance will be tomorrow. And so we are working with our outreach team in regards to starting to look at how that procedure will look to relocate those camps that are, we're going to start within the bridge area, I think, and then we'll be working through that area. And then Chandler and I are just here for any questions you have.
Can you, Brenda, please just very, very briefly explain the relationship with the Park District and the city and the police and how us, and this resolution and us fits together with that puzzle?
Absolutely. The majority of our camps are located along the river. And as you go along the river corridor, you see a mixture of city-owned land and Park District land. And so over the last year, we have been working collaboratively with the police department, the Park District, along with our harm reduction team and public health in regards to how to manage the camps along the river. And so going forward with our commission, we are moving forward with a no camping ordinance. And what that allows is we have a flow chart that kind of works with outreach to the camps and making sure that they are engaging with the services that we are investing in, because our next focus once we get this moving forward is to look at housing first and how do we get these people that are unhoused into housing. And so that really is our next phase. So we have been collaborating with how do we get that to work along the river corridor. And so where your resolution comes into play is If we are not able to move a camp or relocate a camp, then we start tagging it for removal. And to allow the police department to stay within that process, this resolution will assist with that.
I just have one question. Do you have a sense of the people that are camping down by the river, how the reaction to this ordinance? Do you have a sense of where they're at and what we can expect going forward when this is fully implemented?
Yeah, so the outreach team has done significant education with the individuals who are sleeping outside. And and they actually worked collaboratively with us to help us understand if the expectations that we were outlining were reasonable. And there has been widespread support and consensus that they will be able to abide by those rules and maintain a distance from those restricted areas. And so as the ordinance actually comes to be implemented, we are letting folks know signage is going up this week. This is your literal sign that the ordinance is being implemented and you need to be out of those restricted areas. At this point, out of the 40 total individuals we estimate sleeping outside, there are about 5 camps that fall in those restricted areas, and we do believe that they will move by the time the ordinance would need to be enforced. And that would mean that they are continuing to work with our outreach team, with the engagement center, connecting with services and working toward that Housing First plan. So.
I don't have a question. I just want to say thank you, Brenda and Chandler, for all the work you've put into this, along with the task force and the Park District employees that have been part of this work. The resolution, it's thinking of our neighbors. And I think this is really a great first step in making sure that we're thinking of those long-term sustainable solutions. So I just want to thank you both for your time with this.
Good comment. I do have a question. So you had commented that, some of the whereases you changed with sidewalks, bike trails, 100 feet within a park, setbacks from the river. How will people know that? How will they know, like, oh, I'm in a park, I can't put my tent here?
Through the outreach team. So the camps that we've already identified have been able to work with the camps to say, you're within the restricted area and we're going to need you to move out of that area. If there are any new camps that pop up, the first step is getting the outreach team deployed to connect with them, kind of understand their situation, and then we would have 2 days to make camp contact and 3 days for camp relocation. And at that point, if they're just really unwilling to work with us, we would move forward with a more enforcement approach. But because we're making that engagement first approach, we're providing that education for individuals before it would escalate to that level. So the outreach team is really responsible for making sure that happens. And we are also notifying all of our guests who come to us at the Downtown Engagement Center. So as people kind of move in and out of different housing situations, people are aware of what the ordinance is. And we even have maps up in the engagement center as well that outline those restricted areas.
And Chandler, how often would you say that your outreach team is visiting the individuals? Is it daily? Is it weekly?
So they are making contact with camps daily. I would say each camp is contacted at least once per week. A lot of times it's more frequent than that, just because we are working really hard to relocate camps that are in that restricted area, and just notify people of what's to come. And again, that's been really well received, and that outreach will continue even throughout the winter on that daily basis as necessary.
All right. Any other questions for Brenda or Chandler?
Thank you, Brenda and Chandler, for all your work on this.
Yeah, thank you. With that, I'll move to approve the resolution adopting the City of Fargo ordinance enacting Article 1014 of Chapter 10 of the Fargo Municipal Code relating to camping on public property as presented.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
I just have a quick question. So, because I heard this is the first reading of it, does that mean it's not been, it hasn't been approved through the city yet, right? So my question is this something that we would hold off to approve until after the city has approved or not?
After you adjust the microphone. No, it does. The final reading was a week ago, last Monday.
okay.
So it's been fully adopted.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right, and again, I would like to echo the. Yes, we can.
No, I was just going to add that, I mean, if adopted, this would go into effect September 11th, so tomorrow. Yep.
Yeah, and essentially what we're doing on our end is there's an ordinance adopted by the city. We're sort of in concurrence with that, excuse me, and sort of allowing that the city and or the police department to sort of have access to park district land to enforce the ordinance is essentially what we are doing on our end. Just for kind of clarity. And again, Chandler, thanks again for your team for going with me. I did take a tour of the camps and the engagement center, and so it was nice to get sort of a firsthand look and interact with some of the individuals as well, and just sort of try to understand and at least be there to if anybody was frustrated, they could yell at me to my face. And so thank you for the work you're doing. And it's obviously it's a sensitive issue, and we know that this isn't necessarily addressing homelessness at its core, but obviously we're addressing some of the concerns of our community and our trails and our parks. And so thank you again. All right. So with that said,
Just one
Go
other
ahead, Jerry.
comment. Certainly a issue that's got a lot of opinions and sides on it. And the thing that I think is the beautiful part of this, it's a collaborative effort involving the Park District, the city, police department, the Downtown Engagement Center. So I think that having this approach in a unified way says a lot, and I think that's really important.
Excellent. All right. So we have a motion and a second on the floor. Any further discussion? Any further discussion? Hearing none. Jeff, please poll the board.
Commissioner Rosted,
Yes.
Commissioner Deutsch. Commissioner
Aye.
Abzi. Oh, sorry. Commissioner Abzi.
Aye.
Commissioner Dawson.
Aye.
Commissioner Hill.
Aye. Motion carries. All right. Having concluded the irregular agenda, the meeting is hereby adjourned. All right, it is 6 p.m. We will open up the 2024 budget hearing for the 2025 budget. So, the 2025 preliminary budget hearing.
Not the 2024.
Well, it is 2024 currently, but it is for the 2025 budget. I want that reflected in the record, please, Jeff. Thank you. Okay. Any public who would like to address the board? Do I have to leave this open for a set period of time?
I don't think there's any requirement that we need to, so
Okay. Maybe we'll leave it open for 15 more seconds. Do we need any? No. Do we need any formal action to close the meeting?
no.
Just
Just
president can close the meeting?
Yeah.
All right, 5 seconds. I'll wait till, yeah, there we go. 6:01. All right. Budget meeting is closed.